since his prediction of the collapse of the subprime housing market served as the inspiration for the film The Big Short. Michael Burry has gained notoriety both within and outside the world of investing. Many investors enjoy following Burry's portfolio changes because of this investment foresight and the additional attention it received as a result of the movie. But he recently made a strong declaration. For Michael Burry's terrifying prediction about 2022, keep watching this video. Michael Burry sells everything. Michael Burry had a sizable stock portfolio at the beginning of the second quarter of 2022. He held several other multi-million-dollar positions, including approximately $19 million in Booking, BKNG, $18 million in Alphabet, GOOGL, GOOG, and $18 million in Meta, META. He completely sold all of those positions in Q2. No one was untouched. The action was shocking, to put it mildly. These actions were less shocking to Burry's cryptic tweet fans, though. Burry has been sounding the alarm for weeks that this stock market crash could turn ugly. He once likened it to the financial crisis of 2008, when the S&P 500 had already dropped more than 20%. He added that the market sell-off was only halfway over. The Burry bear thesis is simple, at least as much as we can piece it together from his tweets. In essence, Michael Burry doesn't think inflation will slow down. He believes stocks are doomed as a result. Therefore, he sold everything. Contrary to popular belief, Burry's decision to sell everything wasn't even the strangest aspect to fund his most recent 13F filing. Chump change for us. A company called Geo Group, with a market cap of less than $1 billion, offers residential treatment, mental health, and private correctional facilities, both domestically and abroad. Even though Burry's investment in Geo Group certainly draws attention, here's why I don't think it merits all of the online hype. Burry is not placing a particularly large wager. With an alleged $6.60 average purchase price for his 500,000 shares of Geo Group, Burry reportedly has $3.3 million position in the company. This may seem like a sizable position to individual investors like you and me, but institutional investors and hedge funds do not view it as such. For instance, Burry's portfolio had a first quarter 2022 value of $165 million before he sold off all of his prior holdings. It follows that with a $3 million investment, Burry is not betting everything on Geo Group. A comment on the wider market. Given the small position, I think Burry is less likely to be pounding the table for Geo Group specifically, and more likely to be expressing his opinion on the market as a whole by selling everything but Geo Group. Burry is known for defying Wall Street consensus, so it's likely that he feels the market is overheated in the short term and chose to move to cash because bullish sentiment has returned to the market as the major indexes have rallied off their lows. For instance, he just deleted a tweet he had just sent on the current Nasdaq rally and prior bear market rallies, which probably also contributed in some small way to luring Burry's investment. Without getting into politics, the company's primary activity is the provision of private detention and correctional facilities, which will always be unappealing to some investors. A contrarian like Burry will find this mindset to be music to his ears because going against the tide can present opportunities to buy inexpensive equities. Geo Group trades at only 7 times projected earnings for the following year, which is much less than the industry average. Burry's choice of position can potentially constitute a directional wager. Republicans are expected to take over one or both chambers of Congress in the 2018 midterm elections, which might result in the reintroduction of stronger criminal justice policies, according to several pundits. This point of view has some merit, and Geo Group might stand to gain from the situation. Remember, Michael Burry is human. A legend, Michael Burry. He is without a doubt brilliant and an expert in financial markets. And when stocks are down, you should constantly pay attention to him, as they have been in 2022. Nevertheless, he's still just a man. He lacks a crystal ball to forecast how the markets will develop in the coming months or years. He makes predictions about the direction that stocks will take using research, math, and logic, just like the rest of us. And his predictions of a market meltdown weren't always accurate like they were in 2008. For instance, Burry predicted an impending stock market meltdown in 2017, but it never happened. We think this is the wisest action investors may take in light of the surprising news that Burry sold everything during the most recent quarter. Accept it, then proceed. Burry claims that stocks are doomed if inflation continues. Bullish as we are, we wholeheartedly concur with that thesis. Stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, and every other type of financial asset are doomed if inflation continues. Plug into the boom. But most current evidence points to a considerable slowdown in inflation. Stock levels are increasing, prices for commodities are falling, energy prices are decreasing, the cost of homes is starting to decline, growth in wages is sluggish. The fundamental causes of inflation are all moving in the right direction. Stocks won't crash if these tendencies continue. Rather, they will skyrocket. We fully anticipate that to occur. We don't sell everything like Burry, which is why. We've been purchasing the dip instead. And as a result, from mid-June to mid-August, our portfolios have generally increased by more than 50%. This rally, in our opinion, is just getting started. We predict that markets will be 20% higher in a year, and our stocks will increase by more than 100%. Not a continuation of a significant crash, but the beginning of a significant market rally. In conclusion, one must recognize the dangers using Michael Burry's doomsday argument. Then invest in stocks that could potentially double your money in a year in order to benefit from a future stock market boom.